Good morning, family. This is the day that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. The sun is about to come up, and as I love to do as much as I can, one of the reasons why I'm having this video for you today, as much as I can, I beat the sun up. And I say as much as I can because I don't always beat the sun up. Even though I want to in my mind, I don't always in my body. But my point of making this video is really to highlight that statement I just made, because we often hear people say, and I've said it thousands of times, never forget where you come from. Never forget where you come from. I want to take that thought a little bit further and say, use where you come from, because this is what I've had to learn and to come to the realization to do, and that is to not just remember where I come from or never forget where you come from, but to use where I come from. Let me explain to you how that works. Okay, so just for me, within the last 2.5 years, I have had so many health issues. I was rear-ended in the middle of 2019, had a 3rd grade concussion, and I'm not saying this for sympathy, I'm just saying this to show you how powerful this statement is and how your thoughts behind using where you come from can really help you, especially if you're struggling with setting goals and you're struggling with putting yourself in a place of victory as you prepare for 2022. This is going to help you. And so I was in concussion protocol all the way up until December of 2020, literally, for 1.5 years. Well, once I came out of concussion protocol, we were actually in the pandemic. We had been quarantined for a few months, and, you know, we had all these restrictions. And so I was still dealing with some health issues and some physical limitations. And then here's another thing coming on, the pandemic, and people are catching COVID and all these things that are going on. And then just recently, I had a complication with a dental procedure and had to have surgery. And so I was out for about 3 weeks, and it just lingered for a couple months. And so I'm bringing all that up, not for sympathy, but just to explain to you, just within the last 2.5 years, I've had to learn a lot about my health. I've had to learn a lot about my brain. I've had to learn a lot about neurology. I've had to learn a lot about taking the mental muscle, building it so that you can really pull your body and your life to places that it may not feel like it can go. This is where the point is, because to use where you come from, I'm circling back around, means that you got to look at what you've been through, how you overcame it, and use that as a muscle, use that as a motivation to pull you out of and really through some of the things you feel like you might be stuck in right now. So for me, just within the last 2.5 years, many days, many weeks, many months, I had to literally force my mind to break out of the limitations of thinking that, man, you can't go no more. Your body is shutting down. You gonna die. It's a wrap. When my body even felt like that. But my body was just limited. My mind thought that, but my mind was just limited. And so I had to pull from something. And I had to really use that as motivation to say, wait a minute. If I came from the streets, I was homeless, I was a drug addict, I'd been incarcerated many times, I've been below the bottom. I mean, I've been living in hell for years out there in the streets as a criminal, as a drug addict, and I made it out. Now, if I could make it out of those dark, deep, depressed, overwhelming, addictive days, can I make it through this? Isn't there just a little bit more gas? Because you know your body be telling you that you just can't go no more. Your mind telling you this is it. Come on, dog. Come on, sis. Just take a break, give yourself a season to get it together. But it just happens over and over and over again. And so I've had to learn that. And I really learned this, especially when I was studying my brain and when I was studying neurology. during my concussion protocol, I learned this because I did a lot of studying and research that your body feels like it's over. Your body can feel like it's reached this limit. Excuse me. Your mind can feel like this is it. You can't go no further. When the truth is, you have so much more potential. There's so much more capacity in your body and in your mind, but you need to find a way to pull yourself out of that and through that so that you can really start accomplishing what you want to accomplish and fulfill what you want to fulfill. And if you're looking for some type of motivation, some type of source to give you that, of course, outside of God and outside of family and outside of coaches and people like me who are going to keep pushing you and pumping you, use where you came from. Use where you came from. You've been through something in life. Maybe it was a divorce. Maybe it was the death of a family member. Maybe it was a season of your life like me, where you was addicted to drugs. You came up from nothing and you grew up in poverty and it was always a battle just to get a win. Use where you came from and allow that to fuel you to push through today, to push through tomorrow, to set the biggest goals. And maybe, just maybe, 2022 can be the year that you allow no person, no place, and thing to stop you from fulfilling your dreams. And so I want to just give you that. It has helped me. It continues to help me every day. I don't always beat the sun up. I don't always overwhelmingly win every day. But guess what? Even when my body may be losing a day, or even when my mind may be suffering a defeat a day, or even when a week or maybe a few months go by off and on and I'm hitting and missing, deep down in my mind, deep down in my heart, I'm trying to figure out a way to pull myself out of it, to pull myself through it. And most of the time, it's me just doing what I did today, sitting back, reflecting on, wait a minute. Use where you came from, bro. You came from nothing. That didn't kill you. And what you're going through right now is not going to kill you. So keep pushing, keep pressing. Use where you came from as motivation, as a muscle, as strength to pull you out and through whatever it is that you feel like you're stuck in so you can move forward and win.